Hello, good evening, everyone, or afternoon, morning, middle of the night, depending upon where in the world you are. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to any of our presenters at any time. We'll be hearing from 6 universities this evening who will be sharing information about their own institutions, but feel free to direct your questions to particular individuals on the panel. Ask questions about applying to college, the college application, really anything related to college admission is fair game tonight. Your camera and your microphone are turned off, so the panelists won't be able to see or hear you. So that Q&A function really is your one way of interacting with the panelists. Also, this is one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for some others at strivescan.com/WACAC. Also, the presentation is being recorded and will be available along with all of the other presentations in case you're missing one at that same website within about a week, strivescan.com/WACAC. And with that, we'll go ahead and start with our first presenter from the University of East Anglia.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And welcome to everybody who is watching this live or also watching the recording. My name is Alana Stewart. I'm the regional manager for the University of East Anglia, and I am based in the great state of Michigan, so stateside with all of you. The University of East Anglia, which is also known as UEA, was founded in 1963. Since then, we've done a great job at establishing ourselves, and we are a world top 200 institution and within the UK top 25. We are a public campus-based research institution, so the professors that you learn under are doing top research in their fields and also contributing to those fields on a regular basis. We do have a wide variety of subject areas, and that equals about 160 undergraduate courses for you to choose from, and I'll go over some of those a bit later. Our campus population is about 17,000 students, of which 17% are international. Our campus is located in Norwich, England, which is about an hour and a half northeast of London by train. You can see it there marked by the pink glint. We do have our own international airport in Norwich, so you can fly directly there, or you can fly into London and then utilize a train or a bus to get up to Norwich. That area of the UK is known as East Anglia, and it is beautiful countryside. We're also not too far from the coast. It's only about 30 minutes away from Norwich. And the city of Norwich is a population of about 130,000 people, so it's not too large. However, it does have a lot to offer and has been named one of the best cities to live in. It's also known for being very affordable and also very safe. You can see some of the pictures on the left-hand side. We have 30 medieval churches, as well as 2 cathedrals and a castle, and we are a shopping destination for that area. We also named one of the best vegan cities, or one of the most vegan friendly cities, for having one of the highest number of vegan restaurants per person. And even if you're not a vegan, it just speaks to the eclectic nature that is there for you in Norwich. We've also been featured in the film Jingle Jangle on Netflix. If you happen to watch that, our Elm Hill district was shown in the snowball fighting scene there. Our campus is about 3 miles from the proper city center, located on 320 acres of green space. So you can see the lake and all the trails that kind of weave their way throughout our campus, which are utilized by both students as well as some of the residents of Norwich. We do have accommodations on campus. You can see those marked by the houses in the magenta circles. You can choose your option based on budget. Most of the spaces in the UK are typically single space, and so that's nice. You don't have to share a space with somebody that you don't know. Other highlights of campus include our sports park. We have one of the largest indoor sports parks in Great Britain. It includes a rock climbing wall as well as an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a student union with pubs as well as a live music venue. And in any given year, we have 60 or more live music gigs. Our library is open 24/7. We have new facilities for the sciences, which was featured on our first slide. The new science building is dedicated by Dr. Jane Goodall. And we also have Productivity East, which is for community engineers as well as for our student engineers. And the last campus is the Sainsbury Center for Visual Arts, and that's kind of another film feature, as it was shown in the Avengers films as the Avengers headquarters. Even if you have not heard of UEA, you've probably seen it on the big screen. These are the larger areas of study that we do have at UEA. In the UK, study is 3 years long. We do have options to do a year abroad or a year in industry on most of our programs, which does extend it to 4 years. But within those additional years, you're typically not paying full tuition and fees, which is nice. Creative writing and environmental science are the subjects we are known for. However, we do also well with business, economics, as well as international development. To apply, you'll apply via UCAS, which you can think of kind of as the common application for the UK. You can choose 5 options on that application. You are quite limited. And our requirements are a 3.3 or higher GPA, 3 AP or IB exams, or an SAT or ACT score. And if your subject area does require a subject-specific course being taken, we do need that replicated in an AP exam. We'll look for demonstrated academic interest within your essay. So what you want to study, why you want to study it, and what you've done to prepare. And then some of our courses may require interviews, auditions, or portfolios, but we really expect students to know what they want to go into, as we don't have undeclared majors and you can't really change your mind partway through. And also we don't do combinable majors and minors. Our costs start at $24,000 US, and again, it is only 3 years, so we're very comparable to out-of-state institutions, and sometimes even in-state institutions, especially within California. Our cost of living starts at about $13,000 US. However, this is an estimate, and probably in Norwich and at UEA, you can live more affordably than that, but that just gives you an idea. Our scholarships include an automatic £4,000 for the first year. If you get an offer, you get that scholarship. You can apply by essay for up to £8,000 per year. We have some scholarships by course, however, these are more limited for undergraduate students. And then we do have music and sport options. We are FAFSA loan eligible, as are the vast majority of UK institutions, so you can bring loans over to help fund your education. And students are able to work part-time during courses or full-time when you're not in. Please do connect with us on any one of these social media channels. Also check to see what people are saying about us unofficially and tagging us in. We also have a student ambassador named Nicole. She is from California. She's in her last year of an international development degree and is actually going on to get a master's degree with us. So we'll have her for 4 great years, which is awesome to hear. But please do reach out to any one of us and feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you might have. My contact details are here and I will be sharing them in the chat momentarily. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Elena. And next, we'll be hearing from the University of Birmingham.
Brilliant, thank you, Josh, and thank you, Elena. So my name's Ruth Foster, and I'm the International Officer for the University of Birmingham and look after the region of the Americas. So happy to help you out, and thanks for joining us today. So University of Birmingham is a Russell Group university set in a beautiful 276-acre campus, 3 miles outside the city centre, so just outside the city on its own purpose-built kind of campus. We have the only purpose-built university train station in the UK, so it's really easy to get in and out of campus. We're about 7 minutes by train to the city and about 25-30 minutes by train to the international airport. Constantly have good rankings, so have a look at those in the global top 100, and we're one of the bigger universities in the UK, so the 4th largest population within the UK. We've got about 36,000 students overall, 10,000 international from 150 different countries. So a really nice mix of ethnicity and kind of international students. If you're interested in sport, we're ranked 7th at the moment in the UK University Sports Leagues, where different sports teams compete against other universities. And this year we've also been given the most top targeted university by leading employers, which really does show kind of testament towards our graduates and the want of businesses wanting those to go to them. Overall, we have a population around 60% postgraduate and 40% undergraduate students. And you might know us for things like Cadbury's, which is just up the road from us, Peaky Blinders, and we're also the home of heavy rock music. So we're hosting the Birmingham 2020 Commonwealth Games, and we've got a partnership with the Games over the next coming years. And whilst the games take place, we're hosting the squash, the hockey and the athletes village as well on campus. So have some great opportunities coming from that. We're the second largest city, so again, more opportunities there for placements, businesses, healthcare region is outstanding, and 48% of our students choose to live and stay in Birmingham following graduation, so they've completely fallen in love with the city. Some of our key areas are arts and law, engineering and physical sciences, life and environmental sciences, medical and dental sciences, and social sciences. And overall, we have around 500 undergraduate and 324 postgraduate courses. So quite a range there. We can't fit them all on one slide. So please do take a look at our course search and hopefully we'll find something that you're looking at studying. So overall, this is an overview of our campus with Old Joe, our clock tower in the middle. And over between 2016 and 2026, we've been investing 600 million in our campus. So it has some really nice facilities like our collaborative teaching laboratory and our School of Engineering that opened about a month ago now. We also have our own dinosaur in our Lapworth Museum, banks, shops, museums, botanical gardens, open access libraries, teaching and learning facilities. We really do have it all on campus to make you feel at home and kind of settled as possible. And plus 300 different societies to choose from. And that's everything from subject related to ethnicity, culture, volunteering. You can work for the newspaper, radio channel, and I'd really recommend that you get involved in stuff outside your studies because it just makes you that much more employable. Accommodation, you're guaranteed accommodation in your first year if you apply before July. We do have accommodation on campus. We also have partner and private accommodation close by. We offered catered where you have your meals included, but also self-catered and you have your own room, which you wouldn't have to share with someone else. They're slightly different to the US or Canada. And that could include a bathroom if you wanted it en suite, and there's 24-hour security with those. So you're very safe in your first year and a good way of kind of getting introduced to university life. The accommodation that is university owned is 1, 2 and 3 on this map. And Old Joe, the clock tower that I pointed out there, is Central Campus, the university train station, and then most students choose to live in Sellyoke or Edgbaston or Harborne in their second and third years. So really close by private accommodation that's landlords. Elena did a great job of introducing UCAS, so 3 years in total. Overall, we ask for a GPA, 3 subject tests, either SATs if you've already taken them, or APs, and an SATR or an ACT. If you can't meet those subject tests, we also do offer foundation, which makes it 4 years in total. And the entry requirements for that are 3 out of 4 or a B average, and certain courses will require interviews, specific courses, subjects that you've studied either at AP or SAT, or additions or extra pieces of writing. So take a look at kind of the requirements there. Budget-wise, we have subject-specific scholarships as well as kind of country-specific, and we also work with FAFSA, US Department of Veteran Affairs, and GI Bill benefits as well. And you can work up to 20 hours on a student visa as well, and the university supports you something called WorkLink with getting paid university work on campus if that's something that you need to support your studies. If you want to get in touch, please take a screenshot of this screen, and I'd love to hear from you. As Elena said, please do check out kind of social media platforms because they're great to get more of an insight into university, especially YouTube for us. And I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. I'm going to pass back to Josh now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. And next we will hear from the University of Cardiff.
Thank you. Sorry, it took me a minute to get my computer going there. Apologies. So my name is Rachel and I'm an international officer at Cardiff University, which is in Wales in the UK. So I'm going to start with giving you a little bit of an overview of Cardiff University. So we are a traditional UK institution. We were established in 1883. And we are one of the largest universities in the UK. So we have about 33,000 students. We also have around 8,500 international students from over 130 different countries. So it's a very diverse university as well. We have 3 separate colleges, which encompass 24 different academic schools, and I'm going to show you those in a moment. And we have over 300 different degree programmes to choose from. We're also particularly well known for our research. So we're a member of the Russell Group, which are the 24 leading research intensive universities in the UK. And we're consistently highly ranked as well. So we're 159th in the world currently, according to the QS World Rankings. So as I mentioned, we're split into 3 different colleges. So we have the College of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences, which is probably the most popular with US applicants. So particularly courses like journalism, we have one of the top journalism schools in the UK, history, archaeology, criminology, courses like that tend to be particularly popular. But also we have a very strong business school as well, and obviously a lot of other subjects too. We also have a College of Biomedical and Life Sciences. So again, particular courses that US students tend to apply for tend to be within our School of Biosciences. And then a College of Physical Sciences and Engineering. So lots of popular courses within that as well, but particularly within engineering. So Cardiff University has some exceptional facilities. As a large university, we have a huge amount available to our students. We have 16 libraries. Some of them are subject specific, but you can study in any of them, so it keeps things fresh. We have lots of 24-hour IT suites as well, and great student support facilities as well, including a dedicated international student support team. So they're a great resource when it comes to things like applying for your visa. We also have the 3rd best students union in the UK. So this is where you'd go to look for things like clubs and societies. We have over 200 different clubs and about 60 different sports teams. And we're really committed to investing in student life at Cardiff. So this is an image here of our brand new Centre for Student Life, which is due for completion this year. And it's going to be the new home for our Students' Union, but also the centre of all of our student support facilities, lots of study spaces, social spaces. And it kind of demonstrates the university's commitment to that aspect of being a student at Cardiff. And it's right in the centre of our main Cateys campus. We also have invested in a brand new social sciences research park as well, which is the world's first. One of the best things about studying at Cardiff is actually the location. So we're based right in the heart of Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. You can see us on a map there, it's the little red dot. We are a very diverse city, even though the population is quite small for a capital, it's about 350,000. We have over 94 languages spoken in Cardiff. So it really is a very diverse international city, as well as the university being very international as well. We are known as being a bit of a student city, so about 20% of the population is students, as there are 3 universities in the area. And then it's a very safe, very friendly city as well. Wales is known as a very friendly country in particular, and we're a very affordable city as well. So it has some of the cheapest living costs for students in the UK. So you get all the benefits of a capital city, but not the cost and not the size, which makes it a really easy place to live as a student. It's also a very green city, so we have over 330 different parks and gardens, like Butte Park, which is on the right here, the picture on the right of the slide, which is right next to the university and is a huge green space that students spend a lot of time in, particularly on breaks between classes. It also has a castle right in the sort of tip of it in the city centre as well, which is about 2,000 years old. So definitely a cool place to explore if you do get to visit. We're also known as a shopping destination. We have great sports and music venues, and we've got really easy access to the rest of the UK. We've got our own international airport, but we're also just 2 hours west of London. But Wales is a really beautiful country with incredible coastline and lots of beautiful national parks as well. So it's a great country to explore if you're particularly into the outdoors. So in terms of our entry requirements, we look for typically 3 AP tests, and the scores and subjects will depend on the courses that you want to apply for. We can also accept the International Baccalaureate, generally around 32 to 36 points, although it does vary depending on the programme. And we can also accept 1 year of a bachelor's degree or completion of an associate's degree as well. Any questions about entry requirements, I'm always happy to discuss those one-to-one because they do tend to be a little bit more bespoke depending on kind of what your background is. And then a few bits of further information here. So Cardiff has great employment prospects. So we have an exceptional careers service as well, which I definitely recommend students take advantage of from the very beginning of their studies. But 95% of graduates enter further employment or further studies shortly after graduating. We also accept FAFSA, and we have international scholarships available. And our tuition fees range from around $24,500 to $31,000, depending on the programme. There are a couple things like medicine that would be slightly higher, but typically that's the range for most of our programmes. We also have guaranteed accommodation for international students, and this would be for every year of your degree, which is quite unusual for a UK university. And again, our degrees are typically 3 years in length, in keeping with the other UK universities you've already heard from. And a lot of our courses have the option to include placement years, study abroad, or integrated master's options that would make them a bit longer, but could be a really good option depending on your subject. In addition, we also have the option to study a language. So for all students, regardless of your degree discipline, you can study a language such as Welsh. We have lots of other European languages, Arabic, Mandarin, and that's all through our Languages for All programme. So definitely something I'd recommend taking advantage of. And that's it from me. So that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour of Cardiff University. But if you do have any other questions, please feel free to email me or feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel. And next we'll be hearing from Oxford Brookes University.
Here we go. Can everyone hear me okay? Perfect. My name is Siobhan Frank. I'm the Global Recruitment Manager here at Oxford Brookes University. Very similar to my colleagues here tonight, I help students from the US, Canada, and Mexico come to study in the UK. So tonight we'll just be reviewing a little bit about Oxford Brookes University and our location. So Oxford Brookes University is a mid-sized university with about 18,000 students. 17% of our student body is made up of international students. I think from 140 different countries. So I think what you're going to notice is a lot of UK universities are going to have a much higher international student population. And that's just because of the nature of UK universities. It's a really nice opportunity to meet quite a few different people from around the world. So Oxford itself, we're located about an hour away from London and Heathrow. So over here on our left-hand side, you can see where we are on a map of the UK. So we're nice and close to London. We do have a 24-hour bus service that actually runs back and forth into the city with a stop directly outside of our Headington campus. So it's nice and easy for you to get there. You can also take the train station in, which takes a little bit less time. Now, again, we are really close to London Heathrow Airport and Gatwick Airport, which is going to be worthwhile thinking about coming over to study from the US. Those are two of our major international airports, and we do, again, have a bus system that actually drives to and from directly to those airports. So it's very, very easy to navigate without a car here in the university in Oxford. Now, we do have two universities in one city. You might recognize Oxford. We share the city with the University of Oxford. Now, because we do have two universities in the city, it means that we have a very high student population. 1 in every 4 adults are students, which means that it is very much a student-friendly city. Now, we are a center for industry and enterprise. So Oxford itself, because there's a lot of different innovation and ingenuity happening, partly because of spin-offs from the universities. We have all sorts of different industries nearby. So we have biomedicine, we have biotech, we have technology, we have Motorsport Valley nearby. We're actually right in the heart of Motorsport Valley. We have 3 different publishing houses here in Oxford. So there's lots of different activities that are happening in and around the city. And as an Oxford Brookes student, you're going to get access to what's called the Bodleian Library, which is the University of Oxford's library system, and the Oxford Union, which is a debating society. They hold all sorts of different interesting events, including live talks from people ranging from, say, for example, the Game of Thrones cast to political and world leaders to famous rappers. So there's all sorts of interesting things that are happening in the town. Now, originally founded as a School of Art in 1865, we are one of the younger universities here in the UK, having only been formally recognized as a university in 1992. We do hold a number of accolades, however, including being among the world's top universities in over 13 different subject areas. So that includes things like business and management, politics and international studies, English language and literature, engineering, real estate, and social studies. We're also ranked 2nd in teaching according to the Times Higher Education Young University rankings, and 95% of our students are within further employment after having graduated. Now, again, we are among the top 50 under 50 here in the UK, which is a great sign. So this is just a quick overview of some of the pictures that you can expect. On our top left, you can see Broad Street, which is an example of downtown. On our right, you can see the John Henry Brookes building, which is one of our main campus buildings. Bottom left, you can see our School of Law. And in the middle there, you can see some of our students who are enjoying what's called punting, which is very traditional to Oxford and Cambridge, and it's a really fun activity. You can see lots of people out on the river during the summer months. Now, we do very similar to the other universities. We have 4 different faculties. So we have the Business School, Health and Life Sciences, Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Faculty of Technology, Design, and the Environment. So within that, we have a whole bunch of different departments and schools with over 200 different undergraduate programs. Very similar to everyone else here, it's a 3-year program here in the UK, but many of our courses do offer the opportunity to have a 1-year paid work placement, sometimes called sandwich mode here in the UK. So that's worthwhile thinking about too. Now, we do also have, again, some more pictures for you, some top of the line facilities. So as a student here, you're going to get access, particularly with any lab or practical placement type courses, you're going to get access to really high quality facilities. So over here on our left-hand side, you can see the kit that our motorsport engineering students work on. On our right-hand side, you can see our sport and exercise science students studying. And then in the middle, you can see some of our students in some of our kind of bigger brain spaces and work facilities. Now, entry requirements, fees, and funding. So our entry requirements, we are new this year to test optional. So we require a high school diploma from a 3.0 GPA. Some of our courses are going to have subject-specific requirements, which can be met via either honors level courses, high school courses, or your APs. So it's worthwhile having a look at those different course pages. They'll outline on the course page what specific subject, if you have any subject-specific requirements on there that you need to meet. Our tuition fees range anywhere from that 14,000 to that 17,000 pounds in tuition, which ranges from about 19,000 to 24,000 US dollars. And our work placement years range from about that 1,500 to 2,000 pounds per year, which ranges again from that 2,000 to 3,000 pounds US dollars. Now, again, we accept FAFSA, veterans loans, benefits, and Sallie Mae loans. And we do offer a number of different scholarships this year. Most notably probably is the 2,000 pound International Early Acceptance Scholarship. So this year for 2021, we've just passed that deadline. But we do have a number of different subject specific or department specific scholarships that are available too. So it's always worthwhile having a look at the scholarship pages. Now, how to apply, again, I think Alana did a really good job of explaining the different ways that you can apply, particularly through UCAS. Here at Brookes, we have 3 main ways that you can apply. So you can either apply to us directly using our direct application portal. That's free of charge. And again, it's going to look very similar to the application that you would see via UCAS. Now, if you're applying for an undergraduate course, you can also apply through UCAS, which again offers those up to 5 choices or university choices through that system, or you can apply through a local agent. You can see who we work with on our university or on our United States pages. So if you just do a quick Google Oxford Brookes United States, we've got some really handy information for students coming from the US. Now, again, if you've got, if you are looking kind of in the future to any of our postgraduate courses, some of our courses might need you to apply differently, but probably in this setting, it's not too much of a concern. Now that's about it from me. Thank you very much. If you want to have a look over at our website, it's www.brookes.ac.uk, or you can get in touch at sfrank@brookes.ac.uk. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. And next we have Middlesex University, London.
Thank you. Can you all hear me all right?
Your audio sounds fantastic.
That is wonderful. That is great news. All right, so I will start sharing my screen. I hope everyone can see that, and let's get started. So my name is Gabriella, and I'm the Americas and Caribbean Regional Officer at Middlesex University, London. I'm based in New York, and I help students and families navigate the application process. An interesting thing is that I was also a student at Middlesex University, which is why I'm a very big advocate of British education. and quite passionate about it. So Middlesex is a British university located in northwest London, about 20 minutes into central London by tube. It's located in an area called Hendon at the north west. So that's going to be in the top left of your screen, which is residential and quite suburban. In my opinion, it's the best of both worlds because you can be doorsteps from central London in case you wanted to spend a good portion of your time there, yet in an area where accommodation is more affordable with a big campus that has green areas and sport facilities. So it's a good mixture between living in the city and with also a more rural setting. I constantly remind students that London has a place for everyone. There's a great wealth of cultural opportunities like museums with free entrance. There's West End Theatre, which is my personal favorite, libraries, parks, but London is also a very vibrant city with impressive nightlife, world-renowned restaurants, architecture, and a perfect combination between past, present, and future. London is also the hub of arts, culture, business, with countless global businesses, and more than half of the Fortune 500 companies are based there, not to mention the groundbreaking research that many of our London-based universities are doing. So that's another great thing why you should definitely come to London. So let's get to know the university a bit. We have 3 academic schools that teach over 100 industry-relevant programs. The faculties are art and creative industry, so anything that has to do with design, performing arts, visual arts, and media. Then the faculty of professional and social sciences, so law, business, health, and education. And finally, the faculty of science and technology, which teaches psychology, computer science, engineering, maths, the natural sciences, and sports. So all of our programs are taught practically with employment in mind and are internationally recognized. They do not include general education modules, which is why higher education in the UK is more specialized and major focused. And for all of these reasons, over 90% of our students, actually of our graduates, are employed or pursuing higher education only 6 months after completing their degree. And these are the typical entry requirements. You might want to be looking at the second icon. So for those of you who haven't been able to take standardized tests, don't worry, we're assessing these on a case by case. I will also mention that art and design programs will additionally require a portfolio, an audition, or an interview. STEM programs will require at least 2 AP exams in the area of your major. But if you fail to meet this criteria, you can be admitted for an integrated foundation year, which is a year 0 that basically prepares you to study to successfully start year 1. In terms of scholarships, first thing I will say is that tuition fees in the UK are generally lower than US private and out-of-state options. And also consider that you're only paying for 3 years of education instead of 4 or more, which is what would normally take in the US. This requires a separate application form after receiving an offer of place in the course, which means that you first have to apply to the university and then apply for a scholarship. But as my colleagues said before me, we also administer USDE and private US loans. And education in the UK can actually be very affordable because students can also work during their studies. So yeah, Middlesex has great student support from the moment, well, even before you even apply, and all the way through the student stage in all 3 years and beyond. We give student support in areas like academic, mental health and well-being, welfare, and a number of other areas. We also have clubs and societies that students can join to make their student experience far greater. Graduates can also benefit from a strong alumni network and lifelong employability service. So you can always come back and we can check your CV, do mock interviews, keep you updated on that. That's a great thing. These are some photos of our halls of residence, which are nothing like a dorm. Each bedroom has a private bathroom and a shared living room and kitchen. They include all bills, a weekly cleaner for the common areas like the shared living spaces, and very good links to central London and of course to the university. So please stay in touch with me. You can scan the QR code on your screen and fill out the contact form, or email me and I'll be happy to help you going forward. But just a last minute highlight, if you want to study If you know what you want to study and you would like to have practical teaching with an 18:1 teacher-student ratio, affordable fees, and living in one of the best and most vibrant cities in the world, you should definitely consider applying to Middlesex University. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much, Gabriella. And we have a few minutes left, so if you have any more questions, you're welcome to ask them now. Go ahead and type your questions in the Q&A box. But also we can use these last couple of minutes if each of the panelists wouldn't mind in maybe 30 to 45 seconds or so, giving us an interesting or fun fact about your university. It could be a famous alumnus, it might be a particularly fun place on campus and a unique or innovative program, some campus tradition, really anything that'll make us think of and remember your university. So let's go to the University of East Anglia first.
Awesome, thank you. So my fun fact is that we are a hedgehog-friendly campus, which I think is absolutely adorable. Unfortunately, in the UK, hedgehogs are experiencing a plight, so they're lower in numbers than they used to be. But our campus is just trying to be as friendly as they can to hopefully boost their numbers. And I do believe we have a bronze accreditation. Let me find it if I can. Yeah, I can't find the exact name, but it is a bronze accreditation for trying to save the hedgehogs on campus.
Thank you. And now the University of Birmingham.
Thank you. I love the bits that you learn from other universities doing this. It's amazing. So University of Birmingham has the tallest freestanding clock tower in the world. So I introduced him in my talk as Old Joe, and he's named after Birmingham's first Chancellor, Joseph Chamberlain. And there's a load of quirky facts and myths and everything that goes along with him. But we have peregrine falcons that nest on the top of him, as well as the Monster Zinc clock tower and Lord of the Rings, different bits like that have been said to be based off him and inspired by him. So yeah, if he's interesting to you, there's loads of other quirky facts as well. So that's our probably random fact of the day.
Thank you so much, Ruth. And now Rachel from Cardiff University.
Thank you. So Alana kind of stole my thunder with this during her presentation with her Avengers claim to fame, but Cardiff University is quite regularly used as a film set. So Cardiff itself is often used for production these days, particularly. But even if you've never heard of Cardiff, you might have seen us in programs like Sherlock, Doctor Who, and His Dark Materials. So it's not uncommon to see people filming when you're wandering around campus or different parts of the campus being kind of closed off and all secret. But definitely that's one of our cool claims to fame.
And now Oxford Brookes University.
Yeah, so one of the things that Oxford Brookes is really well known for is that we do have an internationally recognized rowing program. So we do have more wins at the Henley Regatta than Oxford, Harvard, and Cambridge. And we've produced over 10 Olympic athletes from our rowing program.
Super cool. And now Middlesex University, London.
Yeah, well, we're actually 15th most international university in the world. Almost 6,000 students from all over the world come to Middlesex each year. That is honestly a reflection of London, I would say, because London is quite international, multicultural, and it's really one of the most fun things that you can have on campus, the diversity. It sure was one thing that I definitely enjoyed while I was a student. So yeah, it turns out we're the 15th most international university in the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gabriella. And thank you to all of our panelists for presenting. We really appreciate learning some more about all of your universities. And thank you to all of you for joining us. There will be a quick and very short 4-question survey that we really appreciate any feedback you can provide that you'll get when you close your window. Also, this is just one of many sessions happening this evening, as I mentioned, so be sure to sign up for some others. Also, in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as recordings of all of the other sessions at strivescan.com/WACAC. So thanks again to our presenters and everyone Have a great night. Bye-bye.